Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode of Ute Dash. As always, I am Sammy Mora, one of your hosts for the evening, and I'm joined by my jacket buddy,
Twins.
Cole Bagley. Cole, how are you doing tonight?
I'm pretty good. Rough night for Utah men's basketball, but I'm getting over it and pushing through because of the big football news that we got yesterday.
Yeah, let's just jump right into it. Devin Lloyd is coming back, guys. Can we get a round of applause for that for Devin Lloyd?
I'll give it up for that.
Give it up for Devin Lloyd coming back for technically his second junior season, but I think we both can agree it will be his final season at Utah no matter what. Because we talked about it a lot. We thought that he was going to be the one junior that was like.
I thought he'd be the only player.
Yeah, I thought he was. Yeah, I know. I agree. He was the only player I thought was going to go to the NFL. But I'm excited. I'm glad he's coming back. It gives this defense. This defense is going to be insane, and I love it.
Yeah, I mean Lloyd, like we were talking about, I thought he was the one player that had every reason to enter the NFL draft, despite the short, 5 game season. There just wasn't really anybody else that I felt like did themselves a favor and increased their draft stock or really caught the attention of any NFL scouts. And that wasn't necessarily their own fault.
They were dealing with the hand they were dealt. You were playing 5 games.
Bad situation. Yeah. Bad situation. But Lloyd made the most of it, and I thought that he had every reason to go. So it'll be interesting to see and to hear why he decided to come back. Maybe it has something to do with the passing of Ty Jordan, wanting to play in his honor and just the whole team, maybe to tribute the 2021 season to him, run it back. But it's exciting. So just to give you an idea of how good Devin is and why we thought he might go to the NFL, this was Pac-12 All-Conference first-team player, Butt Kiss Award finalist, started all 5 games, led the team in total tackles with 48 and tackles for loss with 10, adding 2 sacks, a forced fumble, and 1 quarterback hurry, 3 double-digit tackle games, ranked 8th in the FBS and 5th in the Pac-12 in solo tackles per game with 6.6, second in the FBS and the Pac-12 in tackles for loss per game with 2, and 5th in the Pac-12 in total tackles per game, 9.6. He had every reason to do it, but I'm excited and stoked that he is deciding to stay at Utah.
I will say when I saw, I was on Twitter last night, as one does. I was scrolling and I saw this video and I said, oh, it's from Devin. This is probably his announcement that he's leaving. And I click on it. I should have read because it said one last ride. So that's on me. That's my bad for not reading. But I click on the video and I was like, is it happening? It's happening. And I think it's so funny because my mom and I were literally talking about it yesterday morning about if he was going to declare or not. So I'm just happy. I'm happy he's coming back because if you really think about it, the 3 people Utah could have lost to the draft if they had fantastic seasons are all coming back. You get Keithy back, you get Ford back, you get Lloyd back. Plus, you don't lose anybody. So this Utah defense that was really starting to hit its stride at the end of last season is going to be back. Okay, yes, you're going to have some little substitutions. Nate Ritchie won't be on the he'll be on the team, but he will be on his mission, so he won't be on the field. You slide RJ Hubert back into that safety spot, and you're fine. You have a really good defense.
Yep. Well, you got Nephi Sewell, you got Clark Phillips, you got a couple new freshmen.
Calvert's coming in. Like this Utah defense is going to be fantastic. And then you have the offense. Okay, yes, we still have a couple of question marks, like mainly running back and quarterback. But at the end of the day, you have all of your key pieces still on your offense too. Like Utah is going to run this back this year. I do not see how any other team in the Pac-12 can hold up to where Utah's at. Look at USC. USC is taking hit after hit after hit with people going into the NFL draft. Utah could have had the same situation, but they didn't because all 3 of them, the ones that wanted to come back, are coming back. I don't see how any team, like, yes, there's been some big, like, people staying for other teams, like Nate Landman's coming back for Colorado. Arizona has some key pieces coming back, same with UCLA and Arizona State. But Arizona State's also taken some hits too. So Honestly, I don't see how anyone could not favor Utah for the Pac-12 South next year. I'm not going to say Pac-12 in general, like overall, because I still think Washington's going to be the biggest hurdle Utah has to cross next year because they are bringing back so many people. Also, they're in the same kind of boat as Utah. They had people who could leave, but they decided not to. But the South, I think, is Utah's to lose. You have,
for sure.
I'm just thinking about all of the possibilities of everything.
The elephant in the room, Jake Bentley's gone, and he's the biggest reason that we lost those 2 games to USC and to Washington. And let's also note that
I would take the Washington blame less on Bentley and more on the defense just not showing up the second half.
But the offense didn't score a single point in the second half.
Okay, true, but
one of the biggest contributing factors, I'd say.
There was multiple factors that went into that loss. But I'm not going to put Bentley as the main one, is what I'll say.
Okay. Well, I will. The elephant in the room, he's gone. And you have some fantastic, competition at the quarterback position with, hopefully Cam Rising is healthy and looking as good. You have those transfers that are going to be coming in. So quarterback, you don't really have to worry about. And then obviously all the other weapons returning. The only question mark really is that running back spot. We'll see what happens there. Obviously, it's really sad that Ty Jordan won't be running for Utah because of just that tragic thing that took place in December. But it is Utah's to lose because the defense hit their stride. Elephant in the room is gone. You're returning the vast majority of the offensive weapons. There's no reason that Utah shouldn't take the Pac-12 South, and their only 2 losses came because to the arguably the 2 best teams. Obviously Oregon won it all, but they only got to play because Washington couldn't. And then USC won the South. So their only 2 losses coming to arguably the 2 of the 3 best teams in the entire Pac-12. And then the other games that were close, like Washington State and like Colorado, they're only close for a little while. And it was as soon as the team figured themselves out in those games, they weren't close anymore.
Also, I would just like to address the fact that we will have a new punter next year. That's huge because we've had, Ben Lennon was supposed to be like the next Ray Guy Award winner, blah, blah, blah. He was supposed to be the greatest thing ever. And he just didn't pan out. I know that at the end of the day,
I've ever seen, I don't know.
I understand that yes, kickers are people too. I know that's a big thing that everyone says. But at the end of the day, you need to have a good kicker. And I don't worry about Jaden Redding. Jaden Redding, I'm you go out there, you kick that field goal because I trust in him. But every time Ben Lennon went on the field this year, I literally was like, okay, is it going to go 10 yards or is it going to go 11 yards? And I think in the one game that March played in, he played in the Washington State game, he took a huge hit first and foremost and drew that roughing the kicker penalty that led to another Utah score.
Yep.
And then he was averaging his season average on punts. I understand it was one game, was longer. He had longer punts than Ben Lennon had all season long.
Well, kickers are underrated, They
are. I mean, they could change the momentum of a game. People don't talk about that enough, and I just would like to bring that up.
Exactly. So,
but this Utah team, love it.
They're looking set. The only spot that they're going to have to figure out is the running back position. Maybe we'll see, Brumfield or Wilmore decide to come back. Who knows? Only time will tell. Or we might get some.
There's still the transfer portal.
Transfer portal's open. And was it Bernard?
Yeah, Mackay has been doing work. Yeah. The day he got home from Utah, he went back home. He was working out in California, and I said, "Good on you, bud."
Well, I think he's really talented, but he was overshadowed by Ty Jordan. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited to see what he can do.
Also, we have Ricky Parks coming in, our freshman running back that we signed this class. So Utah fans shouldn't worry about the running back position. I know that it's tragic and it's something that we never thought we'd have to grapple with was the situation that Utah has went through.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we say on the show all the time, in Wit we trust. This guy knows what he's doing. And he'll get it done. Utah fans, I understand I haven't seen a lot of people worried about it, but at the same time, like it is something that needs to be addressed. And I think the program will address it. It's just be patient. Like,
well, it's really fresh. You know,
everything will work out in the end.
Yeah.
Just like always with Utah.
It's, you know, Ty's funeral was earlier this week, so it's still really fresh. I don't think there's any reason, you know, the season is so far away. There's no reason to do anything about it now. And like he talked about, we'll make something happen. And the Pac-12,
watch out.
I think that it's Utah's to lose. The entire Pac-12 is theirs to lose.
I want to see how Washington looks. I know they're losing some key pieces. So I'm not gonna jump to Utah's to lose the whole thing yet. I will say it's Utah's to lose the Pac-12 South though. And
then all they got to do is win one more game.
Okay, yeah, but it will most likely be against Washington, and we know what happened the last time Utah met Washington in the Pac-12 championship game. It was sadness.
Well, they're playing for Ty this year. For Ty.
And missed
some
pass interference calls.
Some magic is going to happen this year.
Rose Bowl?
Oh, that would be so good.
That'd be fantastic.